15 minutes late, but that's no big deal. Welcome back, and hope you're having a good weekend so far. Bitcoin had its continuation of its drop. Dropped a little bit lower today. I think I hit a take profit. Yeah, I did. Last night, I hit a take profit. Could have been a 1 to 3. It seems like I called the top and went... Could have gone with the continuation to the downside. I'll explain more in detail about that later. I forget even which coin I entered. I think it was Cardano. I did re-enter again over here. And you'll notice this is going against the trend. That's because I feel like that was a bit of a bottom indicator. The fact that we hit a major support at 81,700. Our lowest point was 81,600. So I entered a trade against the trend. 1 to 1.25 risk-reward ratio on Bitcoin. And the stop loss at 81,500. I think that's reasonable. Take profit is at 83,300. Looks like we're on our way up right now. Don't want to jinx it. We'll let it do its thing. It's been in here for a couple hours by now. And frankly, you know, we are going against the trend, so this can absolutely fail, and I will accept the fact... I will accept the loss if it does, right? Obviously, that's the reason why I'm going against the trend, but I just feel like it's just way too overextended, and a reversal is due soon. It's just that today as well is a Saturday. We are not having a lot of volatility. Part of the reason why I didn't do a 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio, also part of the reason why I'm going up against the trend, because it's likely going to go against me anything that I do due to the fact that there's little to no volatility. We did get some volatility, though, so I'm not going to discard that completely. 7 a.m., well, actually 5 a.m. is when the drop started for Bitcoin, at least. We went from approximately 84,000 down to 82,000. Rose a little bit to 82,800. Couldn't quite break 83,000. We are on our way there right now. Are we... Yeah, we did tap 83,000 just now within this hour. But anyways, before that though, we could not, and this was like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we actually ended up dropping at around 1 p.m. I was there for that. I saw this drop happen live. I was not in any trades, and I thought, you know what, now's probably a good time to enter, so I did exactly that. We entered right over here, and against the trend, yes, because I'm going long in a downtrend, which is something that you should not do, but... I just know it's going to work. Or I think I know it's going to work. Who knows? I mean, I could be wrong. This could continue dropping, and if it does, then so be it. It was too late to enter a short position anyway. If I wanted to enter a short position, I would have done that up there. Let me show you Cardano, for example. Let me also just refresh everything, because this is annoying to deal with. Let's see. It reduces the view of the chart. That's why it's annoying to see that pop up. Go back to Cardano here. 5-minute chart. This is where I entered last night, right? I entered short right over here, which immediately failed, unfortunately. But I kept the bot running, and it entered another short. And that one hit a take profit, but it had a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 1. Could a 1 to 3 have worked? Yes, and I know for next time... If I'm going with the trend, I'll just keep it 1 to 3, whatever it is. The stop loss, yeah, it's something similar to this, and the take profit was hit on this candle at a 1 to 1 risk reward. Well, let's just say about over here. I entered over here is what it says. And yeah, take profit seems to be hit on that candle. Makes sense, right? However, if I just followed what my strategy did, what my strategy does, and used a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 3, this would have absolutely hit a take profit as well. And I should have done that, but I didn't. So, well, you live and you learn. Matter of fact, how low could I have gone here? Risk-reward ratio of, we'll say 5. I wouldn't have hit it with the 6. Or maybe it continues dropping and maybe I do hit it with the 6, but no. Could have worked, but it's fine. I hit a take profit. I undid this loss, so practically... at even point from where I was yesterday. This current trade that I'm on right now, it's in Bitcoin, and it seems to be headed in the right direction so far for me. We just had a pump within the last couple of minutes, so we'll see how that plays out, like I said. This could absolutely just continue dropping because we are indeed in a downtrend, and it absolutely can continue dropping, but I don't think that it's going to do too much of a drop. that's the reason why I went against the trend, due to the fact that it is a Saturday. We had our drop and it should be like slowly recovering, which is exactly what has been happening. Slow recovery. I'm hoping at least around here until we meet our first resistance. This is a resistance, I'm pretty sure. I hope it is. It is not. It is a... It's literally nothing. No, it is a resistance. Yeah, it is. I'm wrong, sorry. Yeah, that is a resistance, so we're good. And it's also coinciding with the pivot point. 84,400, $84,500. That's as high as we can go. Or otherwise, depending on where we converge with this 50 exponential moving average, that can also be the case. And it looks like, you know, with time, this can eventually hit exactly where the take profit level is, right? If price continues rising and 50 EMA continues dropping, it looks like the middle point is around where my take profit is. Surely the 50 EMA will reach this a little bit faster, because price can do anything. It can drop again a little bit and then stay lateral for a bit until it continues rising. Hopefully that is the case. I just hope we don't meet a major resistance by touching that line, but it's still pretty far away. Yeah, so we still got a chance, I think, over here for this trade. We'll see how it plays out. Now, I do have to write this down, so I will do that right now. Trading workbooks, my perpetual trading workbook. I also have to update my other ones. I haven't touched those in a while. Here's Cardano, and what did I do? When did it close? Yeah, 28th of March. Opened at 70 cents. Closed at 69.7. Made 55 profit and paid 386 in commission. Take profit triggered. It was a 1-to-1. And so will this one also be a 1-to-1. A 1-to-3 could have absolutely worked though. Yeah. Should I write this down? I could. I don't know. It's also same thing with, oh no, not the same thing with Bitcoin. I was going to say this trade right over here. This was also a trade that I closed it manually because I thought there's way too much volatility and the stop loss versus where the take profit is, it's going to take a very long time, or it might not even reach. It's likely to just go back to its stop loss, which it didn't. It actually continued rising, and a 1-to-3 would have absolutely worked. It just took some time, which I'm willing to wait for that. I don't care. But now I know, you know what, just, if a trade is entered, just don't cut it, let it ride, right? Because it could be that it absolutely works out, and this one could have, and I've lost here, I've lost a potential $150 approximately, right? Just to what, lose 81 cents by paying fees? That's not worth it. So yeah, similar deal here. I made 55 when I could have made 150 approximately. But yeah, once again, I'm not going to just pander and stay on those, right? It's whatever. I was willing to, you know, change the fact that I didn't want a 1-to-3. I wanted a 1-to-1 approximately. So yeah, it was also a recovery of this one. So it's fine. But then I realized, you know what, if I'm right, let myself be right. Very right. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Let myself be correct. If I'm correct, reward me for being correct properly, right? That's the idea behind this. But hey, look, I have hit some take profits before. When I've been risking 7 to make 24, it's worked. Excluding these were closed manually. Some of them I was like testing the bot still. It wasn't doing what I wanted. Because I had to code the bot to do what I wanted. There's been some cases where it just hasn't worked. So yeah. Here I can see so far some of the coins that I've made. I've made a total of 48 trades. Okay. Success rate of 39%. Really? That's on average. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that. My best coin apparently is Ethereum. I have a 100% win rate. Bitcoin, I have a 20% win rate with 5 trades. Ethereum is the least traded coin so far, so I gotta focus more on Ethereum, it seems like. I'm fine with that. Ethereum has been having some nice drops for shorting, right? We reached a low of 1,796 today. That's pretty low for Ethereum. Was also one of the points that I mentioned from here, 1,828, and the lowest point next would be 1,753, which should not happen. I feel like most of the drop for Ethereum has already occurred. That's why we're hovering around this level right now. But if we do continue dropping, we must bounce on this uptrend that correlates with the support 2 and the pivot points. Support 2 is already a bad sign, right? We don't want it to continue dropping or anything crazy. So yeah, that's what we're expecting here for Ethereum. If we do continue dropping, which might happen by Monday, Tuesday, then yeah, we should see a bounce. Bradley, Romeo and Juliet laws, you're fine. I think. I don't know. What else do we got? Solana still dropping as well. We stopped at the support 1 though. Lowest point of 122. We're currently 125. I should have taken some profits up here on my main, but it's okay. I have some purchases around like 137. I should have hit a stop loss at 136 or something, or taken profit at 147. I don't know. I don't do witchcraft, so I don't know where tops and bottoms are. I can only speculate as to where they can be. Dropping to a low of 115, that's possible for Solana. Absolutely. So keep an eye out for that. This uptrend is absolutely gone. You can kiss that one goodbye. And in terms of longer term uptrends, do we have any? I'm going to a 1-day chart. This is a support. You can evidently see that. So dropping below 110 would be really difficult. And in terms of uptrends, I'd want to draw one from here, but I think that's just way too not steep, like shallow, I guess. The more appropriate line to draw, I think, would be round over here. Gives us a general idea, right? Would this work as well? No, not really, because the price is already in between. It's very tiny, but you see what I mean, right? It's crossing these lines, so probably not, and not this one either. So that's the perfect place to draw it. Given that information, it correlates with the support 2 as well. So yeah, it just further confirms a drop to 115 is possible, and a bounce is even more possible from there. So just keep an eye out for that. We are officially in a downtrend for Solana. Again, it kind of seemed like it was recovering. We did break a shorter term downtrend, but that's gone by now. This is the main downtrend that we do see, which it was the first one that was broken over here. That's why the super trend flipped green. But now we're continuing with a downtrend again. I think it's a shorter term downtrend though, so draw one from there. I think it's safe. It's the level we're going to have to break out of in order to confirm our uptrend once again, which seems to me that 130 would be the case. If a drop to 115 is going to happen, we're going to have to look out for 130. Also, we're getting new pivot points by end of day tomorrow, so we'll know for sure what our next supported resistance levels are. For now, that's what we see. XRP, nice bounce at $2.06. On our way back up, $2.15 currently. Everything is down like 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3%. Sui is down 7%. Litecoin 1%. Cardano 3%. I'll review the rest of those coins later. We are in a downtrend as well for XRP. Seems to be a bit of a longer term one as well. And this resistance, I love it. I love it. Let me draw here. I think that's pretty accurate. Just make it a bit more precise there. So support 2, $2.04. We're around the zone where we currently bounced today. We might go back down to touch that zone once more. Just a tap. But we do have an uptrend that is helping us in the longer term. Since 2nd of February and combine that with March 10 drops, you got a nice uptrend going on there. Next coin, Sui. It's broken its uptrend, unfortunately. It had a good rally, all the way to 282. I thought it was back. But look how quickly it could just drop down. From here, big drops like this, it's going to mean a slow but lengthy recovery. Similar deal to what's happened in the past, right? You get massive drops and then a slow recovery back upwards. We got a massive drop over here. We're likely going to have a slow recovery to reclaim that 282. As of right now, I couldn't show you any technical levels. The downtrend mainly over here still prevails. That's one thing to pay attention to. Where does this downtrend lead us to? Oh, well, that's not what I meant. Ray. From here. Are we using that line? I assume we are. It is a little recent, but it gives us an idea. I think it makes sense. Because where else would you draw it, right? The beginning line. Is this the bottom? Probably not. We can see a drop till 2... What is this? 215. Approximately. Now that we are in a downtrend, though, and we've made a recovery, I think it's appropriate to draw Fibonacci lines to see where we could see a slowdown. The first slowdown, like on our way up, was the first line at 276. Now that's no longer the case. We can ignore that. Now we're looking for down movements, which, you know what? Since we're not looking for resistances, we can delete that. Support stopped precisely over here, 229. And support 1 is further confirmed with that Fibonacci retracement at 214, 215 approximately. If we are to continue dropping on Sui, that's the levels to pay attention to. Litecoin, similar deal. I also drew that retracement level. We bounced at 84 today. It's pretty significant. On our way right now, back up, currently $86. Worst case scenario, there is no worst case. I think that was the worst case scenario. Maybe Litecoin does something different. We don't know. If it does continue dropping though, I mean, we could see our 2nd of February drop at $80 approximately. It would suck to see it there, but that's the case for Litecoin right now. We need that ETF approved. Downtrends, we've got plenty. You got a long-term downtrend there. That's what it seems to be under right now. So I don't think I'm going to draw any closer downtrends, anything steeper. Yeah, so that's what you have for Litecoin for now. Cardano, how's our position doing? Pretty good. Cardano's already been analyzed. Yeah, that's what we got so far for Cardano. This uptrend is in danger, and it's the uptrend that is most valid right now. Hopefully that is the bottom. I really don't think it might be. We might make another bottom at this support level number 2 down here. We're looking at 64 cents. Currently we're at 67 cents for Cardano. Yeah, crazy stuff going on. Okay. Hey, we're breaking 83,000. Might hit a take profit soon. Not going to jinx it, like I said, so we'll see how that plays out. I do have some news to cover. Not a lot. Mainly, it's all talks about where is the bottom for the crypto market. Is it right now? Will it be coming soon? What indicators, what macro factors would tell us if the bottom is in and the bull market will continue, or if the bull market is over and will continue dropping instead? So yeah, we're going to talk about that. That is absolutely not the case, by the way. God forbid. We're in a bear market. There's just plenty of stuff, plenty of reasons to be bullish. It just doesn't make sense. Number one, Bitcoin funding rates are extremely low. What does this mean? I've explained funding rates a couple times, but if you're new, this is what the funding rate is. In the futures market, this funding calculation it's the fee that you get charged every 8 hours for having a position open on the account in the futures market, right? In general. If this percentage, you can see right now it's 0.0077%. That's specific to Bitcoin only. Like every asset will have a different percentage. You can see Solana has actually a negative percentage, which is kind of a good thing. This means that the market is indeed oversold, right? And the fact that Bitcoin's is super low, like this is almost close to becoming negative. It's not even 1%, right? Not even 0.01%, I should say, right? So you, like, if you want to find this in decimal points, you would add 2 more zeros on top of that. But you get the point. So when it's negative, this means that people who are in short positions have to pay whatever this percentage is to the people who are in long positions, who are expecting the price to go up. This means that there's just an overwhelming amount of people shorting the market. Fair enough, it is a downtrend, right? We are in a downtrend, so you should be shorting. People that are shorting, they will have to pay the people that are going long, because the people that are going long are going against the current trend of the market. Market trend is generally toward the upside, right? That's why you still like see Bitcoin, it's very strong still. That's why the funding rate, although it's low, it's still positive. This means that if you are in a long position, like I am right now, you have to pay 0.0079% of whatever your total position size is to the people who are shorting. It all goes into this, I don't know, this liquidity pool, and it all gets distributed evenly. So that's the fee that you get charged additionally. Like you'll see sometimes over here, if a position, and it gets charged every 8 hours, by the way. So if you have a position open for less than 8 hours sometimes, like this one only lasted 2 hours maybe, an hour and a half, right? So I didn't pay any fees to anybody. Nobody paid me any fees either, in Cardano, for example. This one, similar deal, was less than an hour, but I still got paid in this case for shorting the market, meaning that Cardano's funding rate was positive. I got paid a small commission from this, right? That's apart from the maker and taker fee. That's a separate fee, but that's the funding fee that you get charged, or you charge in the futures market. So back to this. For all exchanges, you'll see that, like, because this, any exchange that offers futures, like Binance, Coinbase, I think Kraken, KuCoin, OKX, whatever, BingX, they have the funding rates, right? Because you have the option to leverage trade. That's what futures market is. And you'll notice that it's becoming a little bit red right over here. The funding rates are becoming a little bit negative, or also just low. You'll notice that it is typically a good bottom indicator for Bitcoin to bounce back up, right? Whenever these funding rates become negative, Bitcoin's price surges right afterwards. Why? Because of short squeezes. The prices are lower, so people will buy, although they are unfortunately saddened, or their psychology is affected by the fact that it dropped. There's still institutions and whales that understand the power, and short squeezes are caused by a lot of whale accumulation, a lot of long positions, liquidating those shorts. And while the price continues to rise, more optimism rejoins the market like, hey, look, Bitcoin is rising again. Let's start buying. Because I don't know why people buy when Bitcoin starts rising, but it's fine. Like I guess they make sense. Like they buy because they see, hey, there's no more downtrend. Let's just ride the wave upwards and see how long we'll last. That's the kind of deal you'll see. So yeah, technically it is a good bottom indicator most of the time, not 100% of the time. That's a good thing. Next thing is this Wyckoff pattern. Wyckoff is some analyst, old analyst guy, drew out something similar to this. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now, right? You have a support and resistance, right? And then, I don't know what these tiny letters are, but you get a spring at the bottom, right? You break the support a little bit, and then you re-enter this little zone that you have here, lateral movement. You look at the resistance next. This is showing us about 100,000. And it's also showing us, look at that, by practically May, maybe? I feel like this is a bit exaggerated. I don't know. Like, I feel we're going to get one more drop, right? I think this is drawn incorrectly. Can I draw on this? I want to see if I can draw, actually. This will be interesting. Color source, no image. I don't think I can draw here, can I? Whatever, I'll do this the old-fashioned way. With paint. Got it. Check this out. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, you see this little W pattern over here? Let me just improve that. I feel like that hasn't happened yet. We're still on the first W right here, and we're on our way down. Wait, what are you doing? Why did it turn into an arrow? Okay. So the first W is there. Like the first half of it. We're going for the second one because I am expecting a drop for April 1st, right? Right over here. And then from there, we can see whatever rise we see, and then we blast off. And this can be by beginning of May, right? That kind of coincides. A blast off by May. I don't know. It's a bit offset, but you get the point. Ignore that. So that's what I'm expecting to see. It's a similar kind of pattern, right? So textbook, Wyckoff reaccumulation phase, break back into the consolidation box, and Bitcoin can shoot to 125,000. That could possibly be the case. Another near bottom indicator is usually breaking out of that support. And as long as we do go back in here, which obviously we will, then yeah, confirmation in the long term. Daily exchange volume is decreasing. That's also a possible bottom signal. What this means specifically is obviously there's less volume in the exchanges. Could mean two things here. There's not enough to offer, or there's, you know, retail interest is leaving. And I have a retail interest. Is it here? Here, 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 here. Where did it go? Ah, this is it. Retail interest as well. This is for Google Trends. It's for Ethereum, but you kind of get the point. You'll see peaks basically when Ethereum is at its high. It's the time when most people are searching up Ethereum in Google or something. Right now, that's at pretty low levels. Not a lot of people are interested in crypto. So yeah, that's another potential bottom indicator. All these tabs are driving me crazy. Here we go. Also, the Bitcoin network hash rate is going parabolic. It's also a great sign. Buy signal, of course, like bullish crosses will also likely send Bitcoin higher. Just other technical indicators as well. Also this, whale accumulation, like I said. GameStop, we know that they're going to be buying Bitcoin. I don't know if it's $6 billion specifically, though. They mentioned they would raise $1.3 billion, I think it was. They do have $6 billion cash on hand, but I don't think they're going to do all of that to purchase Bitcoin. It'd be great if they did, but I don't think they will. Marathon Digital Holdings, they will be buying $2 billion in Bitcoin. There's more on that right over here. They're planning to sell $2 billion with worth of their stock price to purchase more Bitcoin. That's a pretty good sign, right? It'll make their stock drop temporarily because they're selling off their shares, but they're using that to buy Bitcoin to make their shares, right, price movement mimic more what Bitcoin's movement will do. So that's what that means. At least we're at $2 billion worth, right? Smart idea. Now that Bitcoin is down, so is Marathon Digital stock. Who cares if it drops a little bit more? You're going to buy Bitcoin and more Bitcoin, and to get more of that exposition to the volatility toward the upside, because I think that they are at least thinking that this is also potentially a bottom. MicroStrategy also has infinite money to buy Bitcoin. Even Michael Saylor has posted this. Even though he's got so much Bitcoin, he's less risky than most of the large companies in the stock market. The ones that are currently outperforming a 3-month return is BND, VNQ, Meta, Facebook. It's down 2%. MicroStrategy, it's down 4%. What's down even more than that is the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, these are ETFs, Bitcoin itself down 11%, Microsoft down 11%, Amazon down 13%, Apple 14%, Google 19%, Nvidia 20%, Tesla down 37%. That's crazy. It just goes to show, right? Holding Bitcoin seems to be a good movement here, and Michael Saylor knows that. Big whale accumulator and owner of the MicroStrategy stock, by the way, if you don't know who he is. BlackRock Fidelity buying over $250 million in Bitcoin this week. They're starting to rebuy. We haven't looked at the ETF flows in a moment, so that's something that we will be discussing here. This week, 89 million, 89 million, 26, 84, 83, 165 million. Well, ignore these two, actually. Overall, they're starting to inflow again. Sure, 28th of March was a bit of an outflow, literally only from Fidelity, it seems like. So most of that accumulation kind of gone, but fair enough. The good news is we do have the ETFs, and those can bring good volume into the markets. Grayscale also buying Ethereum. That's rare to see these days. Apparently, here it is, $4.7 million inflow suddenly. They have done some inflows, 10 million. That's it, just 10 million. Yesterday, though, they inflowed $4.7 million. Which is a rare thing to see from Grayscale. They're mainly the sellers that sell almost every day. Also part of the reason why the ETFs have been slightly failing. Just massive sell-offs usually from them. First positive day for the Ethereum ETFs since March 4 as well. You'll notice that every day it's been in the red. And some days just no inflows or outflows at all. Until yesterday. Nobody decided to do anything with Ethereum, except Grayscale. They decided to buy 4.7 million. And that was the only inflow for that day. So there you go. Whale accumulation as well, like I said, buying $5.97 million worth of Ethereum, 3,195 Ethereums. In the last 3 days, this whale has bought 29,000 Ethereums, which is worth $58 million, at an average price of 1,983. Ethereum has continued dropping from there, though. 1,833 today. Lowest point was 1,796, which is scary to see. Seems like 1,800 needs to be crucial to stay above. So yeah, Q1, like I said, is coming to an end. First quarter of 2025. And Ethereum, I think, is the worst performing asset of all the cryptocurrencies. Most cryptocurrencies here. And people are messing with it in that case because, you know, Ethereum with a market cap of $225 billion is experiencing declines in transaction activity, user growth, fee revenue. People are expecting it to go lower, but, you know, you could argue that some people think the opposite. Yesterday's drop was mainly due to the fake news, like I mentioned already in yesterday's post. Um, but this is just ridiculous to think. Like, why would Binance delist Ethereum? That's just never going to happen. And also, CZ from Binance commented on this, saying that whoever believes this deserves to be poor. Yeah. But people are expecting there will be a revenge rally for Ethereum. There's still a lot of people who have Ethereum, including the president and his children, that think that it will continue to rise and go higher. Sonic, a competitor to Ethereum, of course, and I guess to Solana and Sui, but it's just not as popular. The Sonic is what used to be Phantom. They have more APP revenue than Sui, Arbitrum, and Barachain, which is pretty good, which a much smaller market cap. I've covered Sonic a couple times. I don't think it's on Bing X yet, is it? Sus DT. Oh, they do have it. Finally, they listed it. When did they list this? I've been trying to trade this for decades. Here it is. January 15th. That is a lie. That is a lie. I have not seen this here. Maybe it was listed in perpetual futures and not in standard futures, because I've been trying to look for it in standard. Or even in spot market, I couldn't find it. One time I tried sending that over to the exchange, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, this is Phantom, right? It's what used to be Phantom. It dropped to a low of 31 cents. Wow, that's way worse. Reached a high of 99 cents February 20, amidst everything else dropping. Imagine that. It's pretty good. It has been a little higher than that. It's been like at $1.20 last year. I remember that. Right now, though, we're at 49 cents for that. But we have some good news for Sonic. I shouldn't call it Phantom anymore, but Sonic. I want to see what place it's in. Here it is. Sonic, previously Phantoms, ticker S. It's number 54. It is 25% off of its all-time, no, from its 30-day. And all-time high, it's 50% down. Still not too bad. It's a good project still. And apparently it's doing better than Arbitrum, Bera, and Sui. Surprisingly. I thought Sui would do much better. Sonic Labs also, this is a part of a big news that it has, will be launching a dirham-backed stablecoin, which is from the United Arab Emirates. They're dropping their algorithmic USD stablecoin. This gives me some PTSD from Terra Luna's stablecoin. They shifted to a dirham-backed alternative ahead of the United Arab Emirates digital currency launch in late 2025. If you want more details on that, Grok explains here. Sonic Labs' shift to a dirham-backed stablecoin aligns with UAE's upcoming central bank digital currency launch in late 2025, reflecting the country's pro-blockchain stance and focus on digital finance innovation. The decision to abandon the algorithmic USD stablecoin comes amid U.S. regulatory pressure, including the Stable Act, which proposes a 2-year moratorium on algorithmic stablecoins after, Terra USD collapse. I remember that. I was part of it. The United Arab Emirates dirham, which is pegged to the US dollar at 3.67 to 1, it offers a more stable alternative, but Sonic Labs' move may also signal a strategic pivot toward regional financial sovereignty and political alignment. That's interesting. Are they really doing it for the good of their chain or for politics? Is what the question is here. Questionable move. Could work out still. Hey, stablecoin is fine as long as it works. Then we're good. And then last bit of information. I'm just going to show this one more time. M2 money supply. It just makes sense. We're currently seeing the drop that we have. Lowest point will probably be our lowest point in Bitcoin. I don't think I've analyzed Bitcoin fully, have I? 76,500. Could also be 78,200. Yeah, we shall see. I hope this was not the top. What am I doing? Maybe we'll continue rising. I hope so. Just a little bit. Overnight recovery. I did enter fine. Like, my stop loss is excellent, because it's literally below the lowest of the lowest point. The issue was these two candlesticks rising way too fast and heavily, right? A full 1% in 10 minutes kind of deal. And then things kind of slowed down, and then it entered for some reason over here. Even though this is not... This is something I'm going to have to double check. And I've already made changes already to my coding script, because this is not an uptrend. It's green, red, yellow. Here it's also green, red, yellow. It has to be green, yellow, red for us to enter a long position. And I have a feeling it's because it doesn't have enough data. It has 60 candles worth, right? And we're using 5, 8, 13 periods, so 60 should cover for enough up to 13 periods. But maybe it needs more momentum or something, I don't know. So I changed the 60 candles to 100 candles. So going forward, we'll see a reflection of 5-minute candles, 100 5-minute candles being used. So that it, gets the historical data first to know where the exponential moving averages and the other indicators are supposed to be. For the 1 hour chart, it's using 700 1-hour candles, which I think is more than enough for 50 and 200 periods. You need at least 200 1-hour candles, but that's where it would technically start. So I wanted to have some history already. That's why I increased it to 700. Might increase it to 1000, but I think the 1-hour trends identification is correct nonetheless. So we're fine. Don't gotta worry about it. Okay. Looks like we're swinging upwards again. I hope so. Yeah, that's all I have for today then. Great. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Expect a drop beginning of April, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Alright, bye.